Hey everybody, welcome to day 262 of Reseller Reflections, a day in life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Lots of twos and fives there. Yeah. Um, and we met our sales goal today, and only because I learned a valuable lesson today. And that was I hadn't been anxious or stressed out in quite some time, like just like that general anxiety feeling, where your heart's a little like racy and you're just nervous that you're not going to get things done. And I recognize the feeling, I'd been there many times before, but just not in a while. I hadn't really gotten worked up about anything. So I'm going to use this opportunity to learn from what I did and why I was so anxious. And really, it all had to do with I did not have enough time to do the shipping today. I did not have enough time if I missed the post person to bring it over to the post office. It was just a lot of pressure trying to squeeze things in between. And I, those of you that know me know I do not work well under pressure. I am not one of those people. I am not a procrastinator. I like to get things done in advance. I just don't work well under pressure. Emergency situations, I'm good. But like under pressure like that, it's not my thing. It's not my best place to be. So I'm not one of those people that all of a sudden bangs things out in the last second because they have to be done. I'm the opposite of that. But anyway, all right. So I got it because the shipping wasn't done. And you know what? I should have done the shipping last night. I learned my lesson. When I have a busy day, or maybe I should just get back in the habit of doing the shipping every night. But I thought, we met our sales goal yesterday. I'm good. I can take care of it tomorrow. And not good. It's one of those things I just have to do consistently every day. When there's more than a couple items in the afternoon, is just ship at night because other things sell overnight. And then all of a sudden I have this backlog and the pressure's on. So yeah, I'm going to get back in that habit. Lesson learned. I should have done that last night and not put it off or procrastinated it, even though I didn't feel like it. Should have done it. Future Libby would have thanked herself for that. But you know what? I am thankful for the lesson I learned. And thankful that happened, and everything ended up working out okay. Everything got out on time. It was just my stress level was too high. So, I'm glad it happened because it was a good reminder of why I got in the habit of doing the shipping at night as well as in the morning, and glad it happened. So we met our sales goal today. Again, it's going to be one of those weeks, we're going to be like pretty much nickel and diming it, trying to get to our sales goal for the week. So we're just eking in every day. I'm happy with that. Like, I'm definitely pleased with meeting it, but it's just not going to be one of those weeks where it's like, oh yeah, things are really going well. It's going to be like, we're going to work for every dollar kind of week. I just feel it. Yeah. All right. So headspace, not in the right headspace. I'm in the right headspace. That's not why I'm talking about this tonight. And I think we should probably only talk about this when you are in the right headspace, because we had our mastermind today and there was a lot of discussion. And, it frequently comes up when people aren't in the right headspace or they're having trouble like meeting their goals or just not feeling it and having the motivation. And we talk a lot about mindset, but like what happens when your mindset isn't there, right? Like, are we relying too heavily on mindset? And I think the answer is yes, because our mindset is not always going to be great. We're not always going to feel like doing what we have set out to do. We're not always going to feel like making it happen. Some days we will. I would say the majority of days are not going to be like, as Vanessa, the diabetic reseller, says, kick the tires and light the fires. Most days are not going to be like that. So you can't count on your mindset being in the right place. There are other things we have to put in place and not say, well, I just don't feel like it. My head isn't in the right space. No, when our head is in the right space, we need to plan for these things. I would say similar to when I talked about when you get derailed, what to do when you get derailed. Really, the prep work is before you get derailed, that you have a plan in place and you have things set up. I think the same thing goes for mindset. I think we need to go into, however we're planning things out right now. We're doing the 12-week year, however you're planning things out. I think you need to assume, this sounds kind of like harsh, and maybe I shouldn't be saying you need to. A helpful thing that we can all do is assume that the majority of days as we plan things out, we're not going to be in the right headspace. We're not going to have the perfect mindset. We're not going to feel like it. Let's just assume that when we start planning things out. So what are the things we can do to kind of like hedge our bets, or, get a little insurance policy for those days that we just don't feel like it? We're not in the right headspace. We don't have the right mindset. There are a lot of things we can do. And one of the things that was brought up was from Atomic Habits, and it is, having a trigger. So having something that reminds you to do something, or something that's automatically attached to something else. Like, I think one of the examples they use in the book is they would put their sneakers, like if they wanted to go running in the morning, they would have their running clothes all laid out, and they would put their sneakers on top of the toilet seat, and they were there, they put them on, and that was off they went. So, what are those things that you're going to struggle to do on the days you don't feel like it? And what can you put in place so that you don't have to think about it? It's just going to be an autopilot thing. It's not like you get to debate with yourself whether you feel like it, whether you don't feel like it, and expend that mental energy. No, there's just something in place. So it's just automatic. It's just habit. You just do it. I loved that suggestion. I thought that was really good. And I think we can all use that, because I think most of us realize that we're not always in the right headspace. And that's okay. I think that is very, very normal. But when we are in the right headspace, we need to do that prep work. We need to plan for the times we don't feel like it. And I think I have some work to do here, because like almost all of us, I went into my 12-week year and I went into the whole plan assuming that I would be as pumped up as I was at the beginning during the rest of the time and during the rest of the weeks. And that's just not the case. Like, every day I was going to feel that inspired, that I would just automatically do the things, or feel inspired to do the things, or be in the right headspace. So I think I have a little work to do, putting those triggers in place, or doing some habit stacking, so that on the days that I don't feel like it, like, what's the kind of safety I have in place? How can I make it automatic? How can I really rely on not conscious thought, but subconscious thought, and just make it not even something that has to be debated, thought about? It's just something you do. All right, I got a little work to do there. So I was really glad this topic came up today. And if you have anything that you use as like habit stacking or triggers, or anything like that, just go ahead, put it in the comments. I'd love to know about it. And I think RC chatters definitely will as well. And if you were like me, I'd also like to know this. Like, if you go into a plan assuming that you're in the right headspace, all the whole time you're going to do this, that you're going to be good every day, and every day is going to be amazing, and you're going to be kicking the tires and lighting the fires and all of that stuff, I can't be alone in this. Like, I don't think I am the only one that, when you make a plan, just assumes I'm going to be that inspired for the entire 12 weeks, the entire year. No, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, I went in assuming that, and that was, hey, live and learn, right? All right, guys, I am a reset to zero. And that is absolutely a habit. Like, I cannot leave my workspace until it is like absolutely reset. And, it's kind of my like habit stacking, like, end the day, shut everything off, reset to zero. Then I can record Reseller Reflection. Like, it's just stacked right in there. part of life, and everything's put away. All right, guys, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow on day 263. Night, night.